It's happening. We're about to witness the most awaited event of the year, and nobody is prepared for it. The moon is about to roar in red. This isn't just a full moon, and it's not just another eclipse. It's a total lunar eclipse, a blood moon. The kind that has been feared, celebrated, and whispered about for centuries. And it's not happening at some distant point in the future, it's happening soon. And it may just be the most important day of 2025. And here's the catch. You don't get to stand on the sidelines. No one does. The blood moon doesn't wait for you to be ready, it pulls you into its gravity. For thousands of years, people believed something was wrong with the moon when it turned blood red. There were many beliefs surrounding it, but whatever the story, they all agreed. A blood moon was never just another night. It was a warning, a shift, a signal to pay attention. And here's what's different about right now. You're not waiting for September 7th. You're already standing in its pull. The days leading up to the blood moon feel like living inside a pressure cooker. Small things hit harder, emotions snap quicker, and even silence feels heavy. It's like the universe is shaking you, loosening anything that can't pass through this eclipse with you. But still, pay attention, because you need to be prepared for when it arrives. The blood moon isn't here for you to simply look at in awe. It's here to expose. When the Earth's shadow swallows the moon and turns it red, it's like the universe holds up a magnifying glass to your life and dares you to look at what's really there. This isn't just about admiring the sky. It's about seeing the cracks in your current path, the weight of relationships that no longer fit, and the patterns that have silently held you back. And once the blood moon reveals it, there's no unseeing it. That's why ancient cultures both revered and feared this night. It brings revelations that change everything. Think of it as an awakening, not the kind you stumble into once, but the kind that shakes you awake again when you've started to drift back to sleep. The blood moon doesn't just shine light, it burns through illusion. Some people will try to ignore what it shows them. They'll pretend they didn't notice the truth rising in their face. But if you're watching this, you're not one of those people. You'll feel the shift. You'll see what you need to see. And you'll know exactly what has to be left behind. But that's only half the story. Because while you're having your awakening, the collective field is about to erupt with something much louder and heavier. The blood moon doesn't just stir individuals, it shakes the entire collective. And when that happens, the air feels thick with tension. You'll notice it everywhere. People snapping over nothing, moods swinging like a pendulum, strangers lashing out, and conversations turning into confrontations. It's not personal, it's energetic. When this kind of eclipse energy floods in, it's like the pressure builds inside every single person. The blood moon doesn't just test individuals, it tests society. Small annoyances feel explosive, hidden frustrations burst out, and you'll see people around you acting in ways that don't even feel like them. This is why throughout history, blood moons were linked to unrest, chaos, and disruption. It wasn't superstition, it was observation. People felt the shift, even if they didn't have the words for it. And now, you'll see it happening again. It's important to recognize that the chaos you see isn't random. The eclipse is stirring the pot, shaking the collective field, forcing out the instability that can't survive in what comes next. That's why you can't take these moments personally. When someone lashes out, it isn't really about you, it's about the pressure they can't contain. And the deeper question is this: if the collective is this unstable now, what happens when the shadow fully falls across the moon? That's when things get truly unpredictable. For most people, the blood moon is a spectacle, something to look at and maybe take a picture of. But for energy-sensitive souls, the ones who can actually feel when the frequency of the Earth shifts, it's not just a show, it's overwhelming. It's like standing in front of an amplifier turned all the way up, blasting straight into your nervous system. When the moon turns red, The collective noise around you gets louder too. People's moods, their stress, their outbursts, the unspoken tension in the air. If you're attuned, you'll feel it pressing against you even before you realize what's happening. That's why the most awakened don't rush out to celebrate in big groups during an eclipse. They feel a deep pull to do the opposite, to step back, to retreat, to vanish from the noise of everyone else's frequency. And here's the truth. It's not about avoiding people. It's about protecting your field so the blood moon can work on you directly without interference. Silence isn't emptiness. Silence is where the strongest signals arrive. The blood moon recalibrates you, but only if you give it space to do so. So if you suddenly feel like you don't want to talk, don't want to scroll, don't want to be around anyone, that's not antisocial behavior. That's alignment. That's the eclipse calling you into solitude so you can hear what others can't. The lone signal is clearest when you step out of the crowd. And when you do, something else becomes possible. Something the blood moon hides in its shadow, waiting for those who dare to claim it